Financial inclusion is the process of ensuring that individuals and businesses, regardless of their income or social status, have access to affordable and useful financial services. In many developing economies, access to banking, credit, and other financial services has been limited or non-existent, leaving large segments of the population underserved. However, the rise of financial inclusion initiatives has started to change this, helping to bridge gaps in access to financial services. One of the notable organizations at the forefront of bridging the financial inclusion gap in Nigeria is the FIC Professionals Network, a body that operates in the financial inclusion ecosystem, partnering with industry stakeholders to create a professional network of financial inclusion experts to take FI to the last mile. This partnership includes collaborations to deepen the knowledge and skills of practitioners in the agency banking field through the certification programs. The FIC Professionals Network also delivers financial and related services with a mission to reduce poverty and empowering individuals and communities to achieve prosperity.
The financial inclusion industry is growing in leaps and bounds, and this current government is very interested in making especially access to credit a reality. And so these are interesting times, and we will soon start seeing the effects across the country. Yes, three things to look out for in Nigeria. There is what is called the G2P card that is about to be issued by the National Identity Management Commission. And most importantly, it is under a scheme called Afrigo. Afrigo is Nigeria's domestic card scheme that is meant to replace, MasterCard and Visa, and to some extent, but it's not going to take them out of business. It's just that certain, especially government-related activities, will now be under the Afrigo card scheme. Just 2 weeks ago, NIMC announced that the student loan will now have the G2P card, which means that if you're a student, all you need to do is to go and apply for that card, and you have it in your pocket, and then they put a credit of 20,000 on your card that you can be spending every month as a student. So that simplifies the process moving forward, and that's an example. States can issue similar cards so that their residents can also benefit from so many programs that are in the state. So Afrigo, the new national ID multipurpose card, is going to be a major game changer in the financial inclusion ecosystem. That's on one side. The CBN governor, in one of his speeches, made reference to what is called open banking. And there's a lot of effort going on to streamline or mainstream open banking. What open banking simply means is that if I want to collect your address, as at today, I have to ask you, go and give me utility bill, go and bring this, go and bring that, and then I have to physically come and visit your premises. But with open banking, your information will be on a system, and the only thing you need to do is to generate like a code that you can give to me, and I can just enter that code into the system, and your current information is available to me. So it will ease that process of verification, and that information can flow around amongst people that are seeking financial services. So that's also going to be a major game changer, which central bank is committed to, key industry players are committed to, and of course FIC is also committed to going to the field to gather all this information that can be used by the industry, by state governments, by federal governments, and so many schemes that are being put in place. So that's also a very, very important game changer. The last part that will have a deep impact on financial inclusion is what is called the National Credit Guarantee Scheme. We have been proposing that scheme for a very long time, and then luckily this current regime, they've approved that a national credit guarantee scheme should be implemented, because when most Nigerians, especially the small businesses, apply for loan, their biggest challenge when they say go and bring a guarantor is that to get a guarantor is a problem. But with the existence of a comprehensive guarantee scheme, then technically government is your guarantor. And what they are saying is go ahead, loan this individual, loan this business the money they are looking for. If they don't pay back, we will pay the money back. But they are giving that guarantee because they believe that they can trace that individual to wherever nook and cranny they go to, or they can make things difficult as is done in other environments. Like in India, if you are delinquent, you will not be able to buy train tickets. You will not be able to buy airline tickets. And so many things that life will start becoming uncomfortable for you, and you will rethink that I better go and do this. There's also what is called the GSI, which allows for anybody's BVN to be collected once they agree, once they sign to it. And if they are delinquent in access to credit, their account anywhere can be deducted for the amount. So these are the things that will come into play in Nigeria this year. We are excited, and we're looking forward to when access to finance is actually a reality in Nigeria. FIC is a stakeholder organization. FIC is like the central switch of Nigeria, which NIBS is owned by the financial institutions and the Central Bank of Nigeria. It's not a government agency, and that brings efficiency. The Nigerian Stock Exchange is also owned by a collection of stockbrokers and owners of listed companies. It's not a private organization, but that brings efficiency. So FIC is building infrastructure for financial inclusion. On one side, there's government. On the other side, there's the private operators. And the role of FIC is to bring government and private players together in a manner that brings efficiency and achieves actual results for the system, just like the way NIBS has been able to revolutionize the payment system in Nigeria. So in the first instance, we have a working relationship with the Office of the Vice President in their capacity as the chairman of the Economic Council of Nigeria in the first instance. And we're building a higher version of what is called POS agents all over the country, so that when you see an agent, it is not just about you going to collect money, it is now you going to apply for money, which all of us need. And so that is the first layer of relationship. With Central Bank of Nigeria and with Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, we have developed an agency banking certification program that now makes it possible for people to build a career in agent banking. It's like pharmacists and chemists. So very soon, we will start seeing a new category of bankers that are called agent bankers, and they'll be running bank branches on behalf of regular banks. It's not a low category career, more or less. So we have that relationship, and we have a relationship with SANEF, which is the shared agent network facility. They are also part of the capacity building for the agents as well. And then for NIMC, we are what is called the front-end partners to NIMC, and we deploy the agents on the field who are going to go to the nook and cranny of Nigeria to register the remaining 100 million Nigerians that don't have a national identity number, and to validate the 130 that already exist, and of course to help them to access their general multipurpose card and get it issued in a convenient manner. We also collaborate with other agencies like the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, which will soon start registering Nigerians in diaspora properly, and we're playing a coordinating role in ensuring that that database, has integrity, and all Nigerians, or majority of Nigerians in the diaspora, can now be properly documented and put on a database working with NIMC. So those are the nature of the relationships. For NCC, it is for the SIM card registration, more or less, to be able to issue SIM card for people that are in the middle of nowhere. And there's a long list of other agencies that FIC collaborates with, as well as state governments. For Lagos State government, very soon we're going to, have our agents on the field who will be registering all Lagosians in the LAG ID 2.0 project, so that every Lagosian has a residence card, and we will extend that to other states as well. We're talking to several states already, and once Lagos State goes live, the other states will surely follow suit, because everybody wants to be like Lagos, and all they need to do is to just copy what Lagos State is doing with FIC.